Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to create a model. A model is basically like designing a schema for your database table. In Django, models are created inside the models.py file, which is located inside your apps directory. All right, so this is what the file looks like by default. This hash here is basically a comment telling you you can create your models here. So I'm going to create a model with two fields. Okay, so from this model, my database table will be created based on the models I have defined. So to create a model, you type in the word class, you space followed by the name of the model. I'm going to call mine to do list. And then inside the parentheses, you type in, we are making reference of these models from that we've imported here. So we type in models.model. Notice the difference between the two. This one is capital, so make sure you have it specified like that, and then you enter the colon and you tab down. Now we want to define the fields for the model. So I want this model to have two fields. The first is going to be a text field. It's going to be called text, basically where you enter a text of your to-do list item, and then you set that to equals to models, lowercase models, dot. You specify the type of data, the data type that you want to go into this field called text. So you specify, I'm going to specify a data type called char field, and notice the capitalization of the second word, so char field. So char field is a data type, and you can specify the length of characters it can accommodate. So you do that by specifying max underscore length. So I'm going to set this to 45. So that means I do not expect the text that will be entered in that field to be more than 45 character length. So I've specified 45. You can extend that if you wish to do so. So I'm going to tab down and add a second field. So these fields are like columns in my database table. So the second field I'm going to add is going to be called completed. So this is going to be a field for the completed to-do list. And again, I'm going to give this a Boolean value. The Boolean data type is basically a true or false. So I'll set that to equals to models dot, then I'll specify the data type is going to be a Boolean. So I'll say Boolean field. Again, notice the capitalization, Boolean and then field. And I'm going to give this a default value of false, because by default no to-do list should be completed. So I'm going to set that to false by default. So I'll type in default and I'll set that to false. So basically what that means is that by default the to-do list item will be set to false. That means not completed. It will only change to true when it is completed. Okay. All right, I've just spotted an error here. Make sure this model here has got an S, because it's this one here I'm importing here. Notice this has got an S, so make sure you add an S. So it should be models.model. So this is the model I've defined for the to-do list project. So the app is going to have two fields, which is going to be represent two fields, two columns in the database table. The first will be text and then the second is called completed. The next thing I want to do is create a function that will return the text as a representation of the to-do list. So to do that, to create a function, type in def, and the function is going to be called str, so which is double underscore, type in str, and then double underscore again, and then inside the parentheses you type in self. All right, so what this basically is going to be a function to return the text as a representation of the to-do. So whatever text you type in as a to-do is going to return that. That's basically what this is saying. So put a colon there, and then you tab down, so you type in the return, which will return the text that is being typed in. So you type in self dot text. This dot text represents this column, so whatever to do is typed into this text field is what is going to be returned here. That's what I am referring to. So that is it. So you do file and then you save your model. So that is the model basically created for our app. Notice I've got this red squiggly here, and I've also got this red squiggly line, which indicates that something's not happy about. Here in the data type, this C should be capital. All right, so make sure you got the C set as capital, and here under the default, the value should be capital F. So I'll just save that. And you can see the red squiggly lines have disappeared, which means it's happy with the model. So that is it for this video. In this video, we successfully created a model for our app. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.